Gaming on a budget isn't all that easy, but have a look at this abomination I've made right here.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
In case you haven't seen the last video, this is my $69 gaming PC with an i5-3470, 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM and a GTX 1050. The last video I did on this PC did quite well for my channel, and I had a few of you guys asking for more videos with this PC. So today I'm gonna look at how this PC can handle Minecraft. Please enjoy this video. To get started on this, I had to obviously install Minecraft. So I headed over to the Minecraft.net website and I downloaded the legacy launcher, as I just don't like using the new launcher on the Microsoft Store. Once I got Minecraft installed, I changed the video settings to something that would be acceptable for a vanilla Minecraft experience. I'm only going to show vanilla Minecraft in this video, however, there's much more performance to be seen with performance mods installed, so if you guys would like to see that, please comment down below. So here I'm just going to create a fresh world and see how the performance is on this PC. So initial thoughts once loading in is that I noticed that the frames were really low, and that was mostly due to the CPU being at 100% utilization because it was rendering in all those chunks. So with the render distance at 12 chunks, after a couple minutes you'll see that the frame rate will actually go to an acceptable level, which is completely playable and not glitchy. From what we can see, there will be occasional stutters and FPS drops when loading in new objects or new chunks and so on, such as when I break this tree here. When exploring, I found that it was quite laggy as it was loading in new chunks, and especially with the CPU bottleneck, you can especially see that 100% CPU utilization up there. Now I think 12 chunks is pretty hard on this old CPU here, so I've dropped it down to 8 chunks, and what we can see here is actually the frame rate will become much higher, going from like the 300s into the 400s now, and there are less stutters because it doesn't have to load in as many chunks as before. I'm sure you guys have already noticed, but I'm not natively recording this on the PC, but I'm recording this on my phone, and that's because I want to show you the most FPS this PC can get. So now I'm exploring further out, away from the spawn, and the FPS does start to drop, even on 8 chunks, which is lower than 12 chunks. But I do find a village here, but it is quite laggy as it loads in all these new chunks. But as you will see, the FPS will get a lot higher the more I stay in this area, already jumping up to the 300s, or dropping back down, but the more I stay in this area, the more the chunks loads, and the less CPU load there is, the more FPS I end up getting. So from what I could see so far, this PC really hates exploring new chunks because the CPU is quite old, but once you let the chunks around you load in, the FPS is super playable, and it's a great Minecraft experience on the $69 PC. After being in this village for a while and having all the chunks load in, you can see that the CPU is not being a huge bottleneck, and we're getting a pretty good balance between CPU and GPU utilization, with good FPS hitting even the 400s, and in some cases you might see 600 looking in certain directions. So here I'm testing out the TNT explosions and seeing how that affects the PC here as well. Now with many PCs you will notice FPS drops when exploding a large amount of TNT, but this PC handles a good amount of TNT really well, only dropping down to 60s, which I still think is a playable FPS. So here I start experimenting with the main issue of the CPU bottleneck, which is this chunk rendering. When it renders in new chunks, it tends to drop the FPS a ton. So I was seeing what view distances allow for acceptable FPS. So as you can see, 2 chunks is very acceptable with little to no FPS dips. Starting on 4 chunks, it does start off low, but once it gets going, it's hitting about 200s, 300s, 400s even, which is pretty good, and I think 4 chunks is fine. But once we switch it up to something that's a lot higher, such as 20 chunks here, we are not going to be seeing those really high frame rates, and we're going to be dipping quite low, which may get annoying when you're just trying to play some Minecraft, as it does tend to dip a lot and freeze. Overall, from what I can tell from this PC, once you let the chunks around you load in and there is not that big of a CPU bottleneck going on, then the Minecraft experience is really good and you can really play some Minecraft here on this cheap budget PC. However, when you do want to explore and stuff, that's when the FPS does tend to dip, so you may have to experiment with the view distance if you're playing vanilla Minecraft here. Anyway, if we do download some mods to enhance the performance, we could fix some of these issues that we are having with vanilla Minecraft. But that can be saved for another video, so let me know down in the comments if you guys would be keen on seeing a video showing these performance mods on this PC. Anyway, that about does it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.